Doug Liman is just a true original. You know, that's all I can say about him. He's never repeated himself. He's always pushing the boundaries and trying to make these movies fresh.
It's magical to go back to work with Matt. You know, it was a little scary, you know, right at the beginning because, well, last time we worked together, Bourne Identity launched a, you know, $1 billion franchise. So you're like, and a great friendship, a lifelong friendship. There's a lot on the line. We could mess up the friendship. We could mess up, you know, maybe it's sort of terrifying. So it was so amazing. Right from day one of working together, it was like we were back 20 years ago making Bourne Identity. Like no time had passed.
The only person I had worked with on this movie before was Matt. But, you know, he's one of the best actors working. I've known him for 40 years. I love him to death. It was nothing but a pleasure. I got to tell you, standing on that set every day, you know, I've been in this for acting for 38 years. And but when I was there in Boston, working with Doug Liman, with Matt, doing what I love to do in the city that I love.
You know, Casey I've known for 43 years, and, you know, he's evolved into one of the best actors on the planet, and he's an amazing writer, and he's a very, very, just an extremely talented guy. And I read the script that he wrote with Chuck, and I thought it was so good, and we got in touch with Doug, and it was a chance to reunite with him. And I think one of the best parts about working with people you know that well is that the love and trust and respect is just a given, and it allows you to problem solve a lot quicker. You don't have to waste any time on diplomacy. If you don't like somebody's idea, you just come out and say it, and it's kind of, you get to an answer a lot quicker.
I remember the first conversation I had with Doug. He said that he wanted the movie to be character-driven and not action-driven, and so he stayed true to that. I've never felt burdened by any of the action sequences in terms of that it would affect anything that we were doing character-wise. He really wanted us to just focus on what our characters would do and what the dynamic and the relationships were.
Just kind of in awe, taking notes and absorbing, trying to stay humble and see what I can learn. It's hard to do, so there's a reason they're who they are, you know?
You start with Matt Damon and Casey Affleck, and you're like, yeah, we're good. Like, that's a great movie. And then you add Chau into that, who plays such an amazing, like, straight person to their kind of crazy characters, and just brought this really, like, special extra thing. And then, on top of that, you add Michael Stuhlbarg and Brad Molina, and you add Toby Jones, and you add Ron Perlman, and you add Paul Walter Hauser, and you add Jack Harlow, and you just end up with this, like, insane cast of people, like insane cast of people. Every single one of them brought something to their characters that was different than everyone else.